Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to a new World of Warcraft Mist of Pandaria video. And I know what you're thinking. I know you're like, Lowko, this definitely isn't World of Warcraft. Well, I'm going to have to disappoint you because, well, this is a really awesome tool to actually enhance the World of Warcraft experience and makes it a lot easier to optimize your character. I don't really know how many people actually know about this tool. It's called Askmrrobot, and what it helps you with is basically just to optimize your character. So, as you might have noticed, there's a bunch of things right here. Apparently they have League of Legends stuff as well as the Old Republic stuff. But I'm going to hit the optimize your character button for World of Warcraft. And as you can see, it already detected my character that I've been using lately. But for namesake, normally you would have to select your zone, your realm, as well as your character name. So let's just type it in and you have to click the load button. So what will happen is that it will load all kinds of stuff about your character right now. So let's go over them really quickly. First of all, on the left we have all the gear that my character is currently wearing. Second of all, we have all the enchantment that my gear has, as well as the gems that it has. And third, it has the stats that my gear has in total. Now, if this isn't up to date, if it isn't properly, you should hit the update from armory button right here. And what will happen is that it actually loads and it will actually check all your stuff in the armory once again. And that way you will always have the most recent gear of your character right in this space right here. Now, you might be wondering, well, what does this tool do? Well, what this tool will do is that it will help you to optimize your character. For example, as a hunter you will need 7.5% hit rating as well as 7.5% expertise rating. Now, how would you normally go about reforging your gear to get to the required 7.5% rating for both the stats? Well, normally you would just start reforging and just cross your finger and hope you won't end up with 8%, because that way you just wasted a bunch of stats that could have otherwise been spent. Well, this tool will actually help to find you this sweet spot. Now, also important to note is that since it's a tool, and since it supports all classes, and since it just might not have the best information out there, you always have to be a little bit critical, because it might not show you the very best stats, but it at least helps you to optimize your character a little bit, if you don't want to do all the math yourself, which will take quite a lot of time, to be honest. Now, let's go into the juicy bit. First of all, I have to select what build I'm going to be using. Am I going to use the default PvE build? Am I going to use another PvE build? Apparently, it apparently swapped crit and haste around or something. I don't know. As well as a PvP default if you're looking to optimize your character for PvP gear. But normally, once you are logged out with PvP gear and you hit the update from armory, it will automatically select the PvP build right here. But for this sake, I'm going to use the PvE default build. Now, once I hit the optimize button, actually some things will change. As you can see, I just hit the optimize button and it shows me a bunch of things right in the middle column, which basically shows me my gems, my enchants, and as well as my reforges. Turns out I just bought a new cape today, the Blackguard cape. I bought it with 1250 valor points from the Shadow Pan guys. And apparently I forgot to put a superior critical strike upgrade on it, which will give me another 180 critical strike. Now, let's say this wouldn't be a high-end cape. You would not have money to actually buy the 180 critical strike enchant. What you could do is just simply click this button right here and it will actually show you a few things that you might also want to be looking into. For example, you're not hit capped yet. Well, what you can do is just click the accuracy right here and it will actually start using that, recalculate everything, and it will make sure that you're once again close to the 7.5% hit cap. Now, for me, I am going to buy the 180 critical strike upgrade, so this isn't the biggest deal for me. However, it will also show me that I need to reforge the hit from this cape to crit, because apparently this is going to be better for my character. Now, since buying this new cape right here, it apparently also changes some other things around. So what I'm going to do is also reforge my ring right here, my second ring, which is Angie's keepsake, and it will reforge the haste from this ring to crit. Also, apparently my legs aren't having the most optimal gem right here. It also shows up green right here. So, apparently I will also need to buy a delicate primordial ruby for my legs. normally, if you're here for the first time, it will probably show up a lot more stuff. A lot of green boxes right here, and there might be a lot of stuff that you will need to buy. Well, there's a little tiny tab right here, shopping list, that will show you all the stuff that you will need to buy to optimize your character according to Askmrrobot. So here there's a little shopping list. I will need to buy a delicate primordial ruby and a superior critical strike, but if I actually have an enchanter somewhere, or I have a guildie that wants to help me out, I can also buy the enchantment materials, which will cost me 1 mysterious essence. Next up, we actually have find best in slot, and when we take a look at the options right here, you can basically limit all the stuff that will show up. For now, I actually set the gear level to be at tier 14 LFR because I'm not really raiding just yet. Also not going to select heroic gear because, well, once again, I'm not going to be raiding, so I'm not going to be doing any kind of heroic gear. However, I am doing a lot of arena and PvP, so I will be able to buy conquest gear. And also I want to be enabling BOE crafted thresholds, for example, for the Dark Moon Fair trinkets. Besides that, it also automatically detected my race, my jewel crafting, as well as my mining, which are the professions that I'm using, and I'm going to be saving this. Once I click the find best in slot button right here, it will actually keep in mind that I set those restrictions right here. So once I save this and click find best in slot, it will actually show me all the items that will be best in slot for me. Now, right now, this is my gear. This will be best in slot. As you can see, apparently I already have 4 items with a little green thing right here, which will actually show me that they are already best in slot for the restrictions that I've set. So as you can see, apparently my bag right now that I purchased today is going to be best in slot for now, as well as my waist, as well as my ring, as well as my trinket. But there's a lot of stuff also that I don't have best in slot with yet. Now, if I use the drop location tab right here, it will actually show me how to get the best in slot items according to the restrictions that I set up. So for example, apparently the neck, the choker of the Klaxiva, I can buy from the vendor for 1250 valor points. Now, let's say, for example, choker of the Klaxiva isn't really what I'm looking for. Well, once I click it, it will actually also show me a few other items that I might be wanting to use. And it will also give me a link to the WoW database website, which will show me how to get this item completely. But for example, it might be a wise thing to spend my next 1250 conquest points on buying the Malevolent Gladiator's necklace. Because apparently this is second best item for my neck with the restrictions that I put up. However, right now I think I'm having the Amulet of the Hidden King, so this isn't really looking for an upgrade just yet. Now let's just, for the fun of it, let's disable all those restrictions that I set. Let's just put this on tier 14, as well as heroic gear tier 14 right there. And basically just enable everything right there. So once again, once we take a look at best in slot, it will show me a lot of extra stuff. Apparently there's a eye level 509 Tauren, the Soul Burner right here, which will drop from Laishi in the Terrace of the Endless Spring heroic. As you can also see right here, my current gear right here will do 68% of the 100% that what I will do with the best in slot gear right here. And once I optimize my gear, well, it will apparently do a little bit more damage right here. Apparently, I can get about 700 more DPS from optimizing my gear. Now, there's actually a lot more to this tool, way more than I can actually explain in one video. One of the coolest things about this tool is actually that you can log in right here on the top, and of course if you don't have an account yet, you can register, and then you can actually save all the settings that you've done. For example, you've set some settings right here and you want to save them. Well, you can actually save them and load them up on your phone, as well as on your iPad, as well as on a computer. And it's just really nice to just optimize your character in a relatively easy way. So once again, please keep in mind as well, this might not be 100% accurate, so, you know, use it at your own risk, I would say. Now, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. For myself, I find it a really useful and pretty awesome tool. I don't know how many people out there actually know about this tool, but for me, it's been helping me out quite a lot, and it actually upped my DPS. So I want to thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day, and thanks for watching. Bye!